We're now joined by Wes Matthews, who's president and CEO of Choose New Jersey. Good to see you, Wes.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. It's the first time we've had you, but we've been talking about Choose for a long time. As we put up the website, tell everyone what Choose New Jersey is and why it matters.
You bet. Choose New Jersey is the state's leading non-governmental economic development organization. We help attract businesses to the state. We help promote New Jersey as the best place in the country to work, live, and play. We do everything from leading or organizing governor-led trade missions overseas, recruiting companies globally, also based in other states in the United States, find their home in New Jersey.
So this is interesting. It's a non-governmental entity. The governmental entity that you work very closely with is the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Is that fair to say?
You bet. Yeah, we work hand in glove with the NJEDA.
Yes, and Tim Sullivan and his team there. Let me ask you this, Wes. Jose Lozano, your predecessor, was with us many, many times, and we've talked about these issues, particularly in terms of attracting companies from other countries. But your background in the U.S. Foreign Service, it strikes me that there's got to be a connection here, meaning what exactly is your background and how is it potentially connected to your ability and Choose's ability to attract companies from other countries?
Right. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better set of life experiences to lead me to this job. I'm extremely fortunate to have served as a U.S. Foreign Service officer for the last 13 years, representing America's interests overseas. My family and I have served in Europe, the Middle East, South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa. And as a diplomat, I focused on economic affairs. So the underlying premise of that is strengthening America's core economic interests in the foreign country I was posted to. That involved everything from deepening trade and investment flows, both finding markets for U.S. companies overseas, but also attracting foreign direct investment from abroad to these shores. My work also focused on enhancing our partnerships with critical countries such as Germany, India, Saudi Arabia, and everything from cybersecurity, protecting critical infrastructure, ensuring the free flow of crude oil to global markets, all while, frankly, championing American values of fairness, equality, and the overarching tenets of democracy. It was an incredible career. And I look to leverage those set of experiences and contacts as Choose's next CEO.
But Wes, I'm sorry for interrupting, but this is what's so interesting and it's challenging to ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're taping this in March. What's going on in the Ukraine is devastating on so many levels, and it's changing by the minute. However, there is a question, not a larger question, because there is nothing more important than what's happening to the people in Ukraine as we speak. When there is that kind of war going on, and in Europe, and NATO forces are involved, and we don't even know what the United States involvement is going to be, we pray for the people of Ukraine. That being said, how does that impact Choose's work in terms of engaging in international activities to attract folks to New Jersey? Does that get put to the side?
Yeah, you're right. It's all connected. And when there's, our thoughts, prayers, support goes to the people of Ukraine and the war that's been brought to their doorstep that they did not ask for. When things like that happen, obviously, our work in particular markets is not as important as the issues of life and death, war and peace. At the same time, the impacts of that war have knock-on effects, not just throughout Europe, but also looking the other way throughout the Middle East, throughout Asia, how it impacts oil prices, as we've seen the cost of gasoline increase. As those displacements happen in the global economy, I think Choose is poised and will be better poised in the years ahead to try to take advantage of companies that are looking to maybe look for stabler shores. So I think that's where our value add, that's where a core advantage of ours is.
Bringing it closer to home, Wes, I'm curious about this. Real quick, I want to plug this before we come back to this domestic question. There's an BioNJ and EDA is leading, along with Choose, is leading a conference, 2022 Bio International Convention. Is this actually in San Diego?
It is.
And when is that happening?
It's happening in the
I
middle
believe
of
it's in June. And what happens? And we'll again put up the website for people who want to find out more. What's supposed to happen at a convention like that?
Yeah, so one, I think coming out of a 2-year-long pandemic, the desire for people to meet and to discuss issues of import to them is higher than it's ever seen. I mean, you've seen Delta stats just earlier today about how the appetite for flight demand is just through the roof. So at a conference like that, traditionally, New Jersey has been a strong advocate and supporter of the Bio International Conference. We, as the home of several life science pharmaceutical companies, we are a champion, not just of that conference, but of the value proposition that we bring to the table. It is a tremendous value add for us. You will see our team, along with the EDA's team and other representatives of the state government there, not just waving our flag, but also meeting with companies and foreign delegations. It has this particular conference has one of the highest foreign delegation participation rates in the country. So as foreign companies look to relocate or expand their businesses overseas, there really is no better market than what we have in the Garden State to offer a bio life science pharmaceutical company.
Before I let you go, real quick, can I get a minute or less on offshore wind? What is the opportunity from an economic perspective of offshore wind? Please, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, so the offshore wind industry is going to be a significant driving factor in the overall state's economy for decades to come, particularly in South Jersey. I think they are uniquely positioned to become America's capital for offshore wind. New Jersey. Are we
talking jobs here too, Wes? Sorry for interrupting. Are we talking about a significant number of jobs?
You bet. On the conservative side, I would say hundreds of good paying union jobs. My colleagues across the hall here at the EDA might say that's being way too conservative.
But you're confident that it will create jobs?
I am absolutely certain when you are talking about creating a new industry in this state, there is no way that you will not create hundreds, if not thousands, of well-paying jobs up and down the spectrum.
Listen, folks, you check out the website at Choose New Jersey. It's been up throughout the entire program. Wes, I want to thank you so much for joining this. This will not be the last time. Thank you, Wes.
Thanks, Steve.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Tim Sullivan, CEO of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Since joining the NJEDA, I've been struck by the incredible assets and resources that New Jersey has to offer. The NJEDA is working every day to grow New Jersey's economy in a way that maximizes the values of those assets to benefit every single New Jersey resident. This includes more support for small businesses and a focus on reclaiming New Jersey's position as a leader in the innovation economy. Visit njeda.com to learn more about how NJEDA is building a stronger and fairer New Jersey economy.
Also brought to you by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey. Holy name. This place is different. New Jersey Institute of Technology, NJIT, makes industry-ready professionals in all STEM fields. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Here when you need us most, now and always. Veolia. Resourcing the world. Operating Engineers, Local 825. And by NJM Insurance Group, serving New Jersey's drivers, homeowners, and business owners for more than 100 years.